Okay, my camera's working a little better. So you can see there's really no phase shift now on the AC input from the grid, 120 volts, 60 hertz grid. And this is because I have a 3.73 cap in parallel across the primary, and that's these two wires going into it. Now, I also have put my meter in the milliamp setting, AC milliamps, and the amperage going in right now is 68 milliamps. Now, if I take off the parallel cap across the primary, this 3.73, which gives you that resonance, see, it doesn't have that fizzy stuff anymore. It goes all the way up to 322 milliamps. So when you shift the meter over to the milliamp setting, you get different readings. That's for sure, because this would normally be 190, but now it shows 323. And when I attach the parallel cap across the primary, it goes all the way down to 67. So it's still working fine. And I've increased the output over the load by 1.5 volts up to 17.5, 17.4. This was 17.7 a little while ago. And what I did is I put a 3 UF cap in series to one of the AC lines. So I have two caps now, one in parallel across the primary, and a 3 UF in series on one of the AC legs of the primary. And the series cap gives a little bit more output. So the output 17.4 times 17.4, you square it, and I have a 50 ohm resistor, so you divide that by 50. And that's what your watts output is. Well, the watts input, according to the meter, is 67 milliamps times 120 volts. So a little bit of improvement. It's all working just like yesterday. Nothing gets hot. I tried AC caps in parallel across the output of the secondary and really did nothing. And I also tried them in series, and I really didn't have much success over in the output. So that's just the two secondaries in parallel, in series, going into a 50 ohm resistor. It's getting hot. So I want to try my stat power inverter next. See what the caps will do with that instead of the grid. So hang on one moment. Actually, I'm going to do this stat power inverter later. I got too much of a mess to tear down and set up. But I will show you what's going on. So 17.7 volts across a 50 ohm resistor. And here Here's the series 3UF series cap. Gives 68.6 input milliamps input with the series cap. Now I've bypassed the series cap. And it's a little bit more current draw. When you put it on, it's a little bit less current draw. Look at the here's what I have, 16 volts output with the bypass of the 3UF series cap on one of the AC legs. But when I connect this, oops, when I connect this, I get 17.7. So not only does this lower the draw a little bit, it actually raises the output a little bit. This series cap 3UF on one of the AC legs. I want to try another resistive load real quick. Hold on a minute. You know what? When you change the resistive load, everything else needs to be adjusted for it. And I'll do this later on. So that's a variable. An important variable is what is the load. And then whatever the load is going to be whatever the parallel resonant cap will be, and also whatever series cap will be. I think I'll call it a day here. Fairly boring. What my plans are is to have a stat power inverter in place of the grid, and then tune the whole thing to the stat power inverter. And I'll be doing that tomorrow. Okay, thanks for watching.